If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Cheer and boo and raise a hullabaloo at the ball game today.
It's time for Preston Indians baseball. All of today's action is brought to you by Franklin County Medical Center, West Motors, Preston Drug, First American Title, Stokes Market True Value, Signature Home Health Care, Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, Agri Service, S&T Electric, Farmers Insurance, Corey Bingham, Agent, Northern Title Company, Idaho Salvage, Limbrick Arc, and The Job Shop. This broadcast is made possible through an agreement with Preston Broadcasting, LLC and Preston High School Athletics, and is a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC. This game is intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or reproduction of this broadcast without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited.
Welcome back here to Minico. Game 2 just underway. Tate Green leading it off here as the pitch misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2 strikes. 1-2, the count on Tate Green to lead off here in the top of the first inning of game number 2 here this afternoon. As Miller rocks and comes home, and that pitch misses outside. Now it's 2 strikes. So Trevor Miller gets the start in game 2 for Minico, as Preston will counter with Dylan Haslam in game 2 of the doubleheader as well. The 2-2 to Tate Green is hit foul. And it stays at 2 strikes. So Minico wins the first game handily, winning it 15-2. As the 2-2 offering on the way as Miller rocks, comes home, and the 2-2 pitch again hit foul. And it stays at 2-2. Green 1 for 2 with a walk in the first game. Scored a couple of times. Here in the first game of the doubleheader. Now trying to get something going here in the top of the first inning in game number 2 here this afternoon. Miller winds and comes home, and the 2-2 pitch is strike 3 called. So Green goes down on strikes as Miller strikes out the first man that he sees here in the nightcap of the doubleheader. And that brings up Dylan Haslam. Haslam, 2 for 3 in the first game, drove in a run. Miller comes home, and pitch is over for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Haslam, the RBI that he had in the first game was his second of the year. As Miller ready again, stands both feet on the rubber, and it comes home. Here's the 0-1. Misses down low, and the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Key here for Preston in the game 2 of the doubleheader will just be not to let Minico get out to such a big lead in the first inning like they did in the first game when they sent 14 men to the plate. Little roller up along third. Coming down to get it is May. Throw to first is a little bit wild. Gets away over at first base. Backed up by the catcher. No advancement there by Haslam. As Kobe Madsen trying to hang with and field that ball. That'll be an error charged to the third baseman on the throw. Madsen trying to field that ball, kind of had his shoulder kind of wrenched around a little bit, so he's trying to get it back in where it needs to go. So with 1 out, 1 on, here's Isaiah Smith. Smith was 1 for 2 in the first game. Shows bunt, takes a pitch down and away, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 for 2. He was also hit by a pitch by Kaysen Carpenter in the first game. Carpenter improves his record to 2-0 on the year. Again, thanks to that 9-run first innings. Again, they go to first base. Let's set the defense for you for Minico here in just a moment. Let's give you the rest of the batting order here for Preston here before we get too far much deeper here in the first inning. As pitchers are going to step off before coming home. 1 ball, no strikes. Smith at the plate, hitting in the 3 spot. Alex Hansen hits 4th. He's waiting on deck. Jackson Facer will hit in 5th. He's playing first base here in the second game of the doubleheader this afternoon. Here's the 1-0. Again, rolled past the mound. There's Chandler. He's going to go a long way, get the out at first base. That's the second out of the inning. Moving up to second base was Haslam. He's there now with 2 outs. So with 2 outs, that brings up the center fielder Alex Hansen, who was 1 for 3 in the first game. Justin Inglet, the catcher, will hit 6th for Preston. Brayton Hess will hit 7th, getting his first start of the year, as he is over in left field. Caden Whitehead is in right field. He'll hit 8th, and then Ryan Gleed hits 9th. So here's Hansen. 1 hit in the first game. Bad pitch knocked down by the catcher, but advancing to third base is Haslam, as Twist able to keep that ball in front of him, at least, to keep it from going back all the way to the backstop. But let Haslam advance to third. He's there now with 2 outs as he advances on the wild pitch. Next pitch to Haslam was thumbed to foul over by the first base dugout. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Just some broken clouds. No real threat of rain here in game 2 of the doubleheader. In fact, out beyond the right field area, we have blue skies coming our way. Ground ball up the middle. There's Chandler to field it again near the bag. He'll go across. And just like in the first game of the doubleheader, Preston ends up leaving a man at third base in when the third out is made. So no runs, no hits, an error, and 1 man left for Preston. As we are done with a half an inning here, we'll go to the bottom of the first. And it is Preston nothing, and the Minico Spartans coming to bat for the first time in game 2 of the doubleheader.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCUA.
Half innings in the books. Game 2 of the doubleheader. Preston comes up scoreless in their first at-bat in Game 2. Let's give you the Minico batting order as they get ready to come up here for their first at-bats in the second game of the doubleheader. That'll be Carson Schau to lead off. He's in center field. Raylan Chandler, the shortstop, will hit second. Tazen Twist is the catcher, and he'll hit in the third spot. McKay Chandler is the designated hitter. He'll hit fourth. Kobe Matson, the first baseman, hits fifth. Coulter May hits sixth. He's the third baseman. Kason Carpenter moves from the mound out to left field. He'll hit in the seventh spot as the first pitch is hit on the ground into left field, base hit. So Schau singles the first pitch that he sees here in Game 2 of the doubleheader from Dylan Haslam. And that'll bring up Raylan Chandler. Taylor Gerard hits eighth. He's the left fielder. And then Dawson Osterhout, I should say, is the second baseman. He'll hit ninth. Go to first base. Very close play over at first, but back in time as the pitch is inside and hits Chandler. So Haslam hits Chandler. That's a problem for Haslam, as he has hit several batters now on the year. For Haslam, making his fourth start, he's 1-1 and a 5.19 ERA. And here's Tazen Twist with 2 men on and nobody out here in the first inning. The pitch is high. For Haslam, he went 6 innings. His last start against Jerome, gave up 5 hits, 6 runs. He walked 4 and hit 4 in the game, as that pitched a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Haslam also struck out 7 in that start against Jerome. Runners at first and second, and the pitch is lined down to the left field corner. That's going to get foul. And it goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tazen Twist back up to the plate. And the 1-2 offering. Again, hit foul right directly back here behind us into the screen. So second game of the doubleheader here in Minico. We'll have action for you tomorrow back at home, as that's going to be lined to center. That's going to get it through into center field for a hit. They are going to send Schau home to the plate. The throw is going to come all the way through, but not in time. And it's an RBI single for Twist. So just like that, before there's an out, much like in the first game of the doubleheader, Minico able to pick up a run. Here's McKay Chandler, who comes out from behind home plate. He'll be the designated hitter in Game 2 of the doubleheader here this afternoon.
Number 13, McKay Chandler.
First pitch to Chandler is sprayed along the right field line. That's going to get down. Coming over to get it is Whitehead. Coming around third is Raylan Chandler. He will score. Ball gets away. Coming play at the plate and safe at home. is twists, and going all the way to the third base is McKay Chandler. So the ball kept being thrown around the infield. Chandler just kept running. McKay ends up at third base. Three runs home here in the first inning on their third hit of the inning, and it's 3-0 and still nobody out and a man at third base. So here's Kobe Matson. They go to third base and they throw it away. As the ball gets into foul territory, that's going to be an error charged against the pitcher and allow McKay Chandler to come home. So the base is empty as the pitch misses inside. So here's Matson. Matson had the big bat in the first game. 3 hits, 3 for 4 overall, and drove in 4 runs. As a pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball misses up and in. Ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch to Matson. A little ground ball up along third. Green comes up to get it, goes off his glove, and loses the play on another error. Second error of the inning against the Indians. So Matson reaches on the air. Now here's Coulter May. May singled, scored a run, drove in a run in the first game. Hits that pitch foul back into the screen. He also walked twice. So officially 1 for 1 with a couple of base on balls was May in the first game of the doubleheader. May gets a start at third base, just like in the first game here today. The next pitch is a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 0-2. Go to first base, not in time. Second game of the doubleheader is brought to you in part by Corey Bingham, your local farmer's insurance agent at 345 North 100 East in Logan. As the pitch is up and in. Ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's been serving Franklin and Cache counties for the last 20 years. If you're looking for an insurance quote, give him a call. You can reach him at area code 435-713-4500. That's 435-713-4500 as the pitch to May is swung on and missed. And that's the third strike, and that's the first out here in the first inning. So that brings up Kason Carpenter, who was the winning pitcher in the first game of the doubleheader today. There goes the runner, pitch hit on the ground. Smith has it near the bag, goes to first in time for the out, and moving up to second was Matson on the ground out, 6-3 for the second out of the inning. So now with 2 outs, that brings up the right fielder. Tyler Gerard comes up. Had 1 hit in the first game, 1 for 3, singled. As takes that first pitch up high, ball 1. So Corey Bingham, your local farmer's insurance agent, a proud sponsor of Preston Indians athletics as they fake back to second base. Haslam works out of the stretch, comes home, and the pitch misses down and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. 4 runs on 3 hits so far here in the first inning for Minico. And the ball hit foul at home plate. It's 2 balls and a strike. Haslam back up on top again. The 2-1 pitch. Flared to right. Right there is Whitehead and can't make the play. Bounces behind him. That's going to allow Madsen to come home and score. That makes it 5-0. That's going to be an error against Whitehead. That's the second error of the inning against Preston. And Dawson Osterhott lines one. That's into center field. That's going to get Gerard home, and that makes it 6-0 here in the first inning. So just like in the first inning of the first game, Minico bats around in the first inning, as it's now back to the top of the order. Carson Show comes up as they go back to the first base, and Osterhott back in time over at first. Show singled, scored a run.
Now batting number 9, Carson Scott.
6 runs home here in the first inning. 6-0 on 4 hits and a pair of errors. Ball hit on the ground to the right side. And that's going to go right between the feet of Gleed out into right field. As going from first to third is Osterhott.
Number 3, Ryland Chandler.
There goes the runner to second base. He'll be making it there without a play as a breaking pitch to Chandler's in and out of the glove of Inglet. That ball hit by Shaw ruled an error. So that's the third error against Preston here in the first inning. The 0-1 is hit foul. Back over the top of the press box. 0-2 the count here on Ryan Chandler, who was hit by a pitch and scored a run already here in this inning. Next pitch misses down low, and it's 1-2. Try to keep you up to date on what else is happening around baseball today. Ball hit in the air, short center. Hanson coming up, but it's be the shortstop Smith to make the play. He handles the pop-up, and that is the inning is over. First game of the doubleheader in the first inning, Minico sent 14 men to the plate. Here in the second game, in the bottom of the first inning, they end up sending 11 to the plate and score 6 times as we are done with an inning. We'll go to the second. It's Minico 6, Preston nothing on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
Top of the second from here in Minico. Preston trailing 6-0 as we go to the second inning.
Preston, number 1, Dylan Haslam.
The The first baseman, Jake Facer, will lead it off here in the second inning. Facer 1 for 3 in the first game. Takes the first pitch down low. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Miller holds that glove up around his chin and rocks and comes home, and the next pitch is over for a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So the wind's still blowing from the right field corner out toward the left center field area. Maybe 15 miles an hour or so. Pitch to Facer, swung on and missed. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. That's again hit foul, and it stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes. So it stays 1-2 on Facer, hitting from the left side. And here's the 1-2 pitch again from Miller. Hit in the air toward left center. Center fielder coming over. That's Shaw to make the play. And that's the first out here in the top of the second, and brings up the catcher, Justin Inglet. Today's game brought to you in part by Northern Title Company. They're at 96 South State Street in Preston. Good deeds done daily is what they like to say. Give them a call for all your title and escrow needs. Northern Title Company, you can reach them at 852-5700. 852-5700. First pitch to Inglet is squirted foul over by the first base dugout. And it's 0-1. Inglet 0 for 2 in the first game today. Struck out looking and also fouled out. Here comes the 0-1. Off speed, he's out in front of it. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Miller stands both feet on the rubber, rocks to the motion, and here he comes with the 0-2. Ground ball past the mound. That's where Chandler hangs out. He has it near the bag, throws across in time for the second out. So Raylan Chandler records the out, 6-3. Now here's Brayton Hess.
Now batting for Preston, number 33, Brayton Hess.
Hess coming up for his first at-bat of the year, making his first start of the year here in second game of the doubleheader. Didn't obviously appear in the first game as he coming up for his first at-bat of the season. First pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-1. That game in San Diego we've been keeping an eye on has just gone final. Padres beat the Diamondbacks 4-1 today. Manny Machado hits his first home run as a member of the Padres in that game. Next pitch swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So 0-2 on Hess here in the top of inning number 2. The 0-2 pitch. That's hit foul. Got over by the first base dugout where the Spartans are, and that hits off the netting right in front where all the players are hanging out. Kind of scatters them momentarily. New ball for Miller, and here he comes with the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, breaking ball, swung on and missed. Second strikeout for Miller. House goes out on strikes, and Preston goes out in order. 1-2-3 here in the top of the second inning. We'll go bottom 2 from Minico. It's Minico 6, Preston nothing on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Home sweet home. That's where you go for a home-cooked meal, a good night's sleep, and, well, people who just like you for who you are. So if you call Cache Valley home, we hope you'll call West Motor home. Home to Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and of course home to Ram trucks. West Motor Company is home to so many car buyers in this area. It's because they treat you right and give you the best deal they can possibly finagle. Simply put, it feels right at West Motor. WestMotorCompany.com. Welcome home.
Bottom two from here at Minico. As the first pitch misses down and low, ball one to Tazen Twists, leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. Twists single home run and scored in the first, hits a ground ball to short. That takes a weird hop. It's off the glove of Smith and out into left field. As Twist reaches, they're going to give Smith an error. That's the fourth error against Minico here in the second game of the doubleheader.
Minico, number 13, McKay Chandler.
In an inning plus. Now here's McKay Chandler. Singled, scored on an error. Also drove in a run. Ground ball towards second. They get a ball. They're going to force out at second base. Throw back to first. And nope, Smith hangs on to the ball. So it's a force out only as Chandler hits into the fielder's choice. Twist is out, 4-6, first out of the inning. Now here's Kobe Matson. Matson reached on one of those errors in the first inning. Ended up coming around to score. As Matson shows bunt, makes an attempt at it. The pitch down around his shoe tops. It's awfully hard for a guy who's, 6'8", 6'9", to try to bunt a ball right down off his shoelaces. 0-1 the count. Pitch on to Matson is over for a strike, and it's 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes on Matson here. Here in the bottom of the second. Chandler gets a lead away from first, being held there by Facer. They go over there. And McKay Chandler back to the bag. They go over there again. And once again, Chandler back in time. Pitches on the inside half, ties up Matson. He goes down on strikes. That's the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Haslam. And with 2 outs, that'll bring up Coulter May. May, a strikeout victim, his first time up back in the first inning. And the first pitch here is swung on and missed. Chandler with the lead over at first. Not going anywhere, and pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. That lead for Chandler, very modest lead over at first base. Certainly with a 6-run lead here and 2 outs in just the second inning. Not planning on running. Goes back over to first again. Again, Chandler gets a hand back in. Other finals from today. Tigers beat the Yankees 2-1 at Yankee Stadium. Pitches up high. 2 balls and a strike. Check that. Yeah, 2 balls and a strike. Farmer over Green in that game. The 2-1 misses outside, ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike. Keep an eye on Chandler. Haslam's going to keep an eye on him too as he goes back over there again, and Chandler again back to the bag. That white uniform getting awfully red with mud from the infield dirt. There's a pitch hit foul again. It's now 3-2. So the full count here. So now Chandler should be away with the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Not going. The pitch hit in the air to center field. Hansen's right there, puts the squeeze on it. As Preston able to turn Minico away here in the bottom of the second inning. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 man left. As we will go to the third. We're done with 2 innings here. The second game of the doubleheader here in Minico. It's Preston trailing. Minico has 6, Preston nothing on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
We're not your ordinary grocery store at Stokes Market and True Value in Preston. We see every customer as a friend and a neighbor. Stokes Market and True Value offers a clean, bright, and modern store with the freshest meats, produce, and bakery. In many ways, we're still old-fashioned. We still bake from scratch, and our bakery items are made in store. You'll never see meat with an ingredient list because our meats are all natural and cut in store. Stop in today. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
As the seasons change, it's a good time to take a close look at your car and truck tires. Check the tread and look for signs of uneven wear. If you have a question, stop by Ron Keller Tire and have one of the tire experts take a look. If you need new tires to get you safely through, they'll help you select the right tires for your vehicle and driving style. With a huge inventory from several manufacturers, Ron Keller Tire can care for your tire needs at a price that's right. You can trust all your tire needs to Ron Keller Tire in Preston and North Logan.
We'll move along to the third inning here at the second game of the doubleheader from Minico. 6-0 Spartans leading the Preston Indians. It'll be Caden Whitehead, Ryan Gleed, then back to the top of the order, and Tate Green due up here in the top of inning number 3.
How about number 21, Caden Whitehead?
As Trevor Miller rocks to the motion, comes home. The first pitch here to Whitehead is a one hop hit right back at Miller. Just kind of serves it over to Madsen. And it's a 1-3 putout for the first out of the inning. That brings up Ryan Gleed. Have you ever heard of Limbrick Arc? It's a great new phone app to help you deal with pain you might be suffering from, inflammation, work a lot of stress out of your life, help you sleep better, foot pain, back pain, headaches. Very easy. To find out more about Limbrick Arc, just go to our website, mylocalradio.com, and click on any of the Limbrick Arc logos. And it'll take you right to their homepage, and you can find out how Limbrick Arc can help you. That's mylocalradio.com to find out about Limbrick Arc. Here's Ryan Gleed, takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. Miller comes home with the next pitch. Roller foul up along first. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Ball and a strike, the count on Gleed. Ryan 0 for 2 in the first game of the doubleheader, struck out a couple of times. Time called before Miller can come home with the pitch. Well, the Blue Jays offered Randall Grichuk the new big contract, and Grichuk responded today by hitting a pair of home runs in the win over the Baltimore Orioles at Rogers Center up in Toronto. The 1-1 pitch misses down and away, and it's ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. So Grichuk hits 2 home runs, his second and third. Blue Jays beat the Orioles by a score of 5-3 in that game. Miller's 2-1. Again misses down and away, ball 3, 3 balls and a strike. So 3-1. Here in the top of the third with one out. Ryan Gleed up there for the first time in game number 2. Rocking and coming home as the pitch is down low, ball 4. So Gleed works a one-out walk. First walk allowed by Trevor Miller. And it's back to the top of the order. Here's Tate Green. Green 1 for 2 in the first game, scored a couple of times, also walked once. They go to first base and back to the bag over there easily is Gleed. No balls. And I should say Green waiting for a pitch. First pitch home to Green. Just swings defensively, hits it on the ground to third. May has it, goes across in time for the out. That pitch was barreling in on the shoulder of Green and almost in self-defense, able to bring the bat through and hits it slowly on the ground to the third baseman, May, who throws him out. That's the second out of the inning as Gleed moves up to second base. So with 2 outs, here's the pitcher, Dylan Haslam. Haslam reached on an error his first time, got as far as third, and was left there. Much like what happened in the first game of the doubleheader when Preston got a runner all the way to the third base but failed to get him in. As the pitch is rolled foul and it's 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Miller leans in on that left knee, now straightens, sets at the letters, looks back at second base. Checks the runner a couple of times, and Haslam, tired of waiting, asks for and gets timeout from the home plate umpire. So we'll reset and do it all again here with 2 outs. Walking lead away from second base. And the pitch home. Ground ball again toward May at third. Has on a couple of big hops. Goes across in time for the out. No runs, no hits in the inning. A walk, and they leave the man over at second base. As we'll go to the bottom of the third inning here from Minico after 2.5. It's Minico 6, Preston nothing on mylocalradio.com. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed. And Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Gray.
Bottom 3, 6-0 Minico. And here's we go to the bottom of the third inning. Kason Carpenter will lead it off. 0 for 1 so far here in the nightcap of the doubleheader. Swings and hits the first pitch foul at home plate, and it's 0-1. Carpenter, who was 1 for 4 in the first game of the doubleheader, hit a couple of balls right on the screw. One of those was an RBI double in the first inning. The next pitch, breaking pitch, it swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Excuse me. The 0-2 pitch. Lifted toward right. Whitehead's coming up, but he's going to have to play it on a bounce. As the leadoff man's aboard, Carpenter singles here in the bottom of the third inning. Hit number 5 for Minico here in the nightcap. And that'll bring up Tyler Giroud. Hits the first pitch foul back over the top of the press box. And it's 0-1. Next pitch is rolled foul. Back to the backstop screen. It's 0-2. Game still in progress in the big leagues this afternoon. Mets playing down in Florida against the Marlins. They lead 3-0 there. As a ground ball past the mound into center field, that's a base hit. As Carpenter's going to keep on digging for third. By the time Hansen can get it back in, he'll be there safely. So back-to-back singles to open the inning. Runners at first and third. Nobody out. That brings up the second baseman, Dawson Osterhut.
Number 14, Dawson Osterhut.
Go to first base, and back at the bag over there safely is Giroud. Nobody out, bottom of the third. Again, they go back to first. Back safely again over there was Giroud. Ground ball to third. It's fielded there. They go down to second. Safe there. They come home. No play there either. So the ground ball was hit to third. As spearing it over there is a different third baseman. It's Colby Dean who's playing third base for Preston.
Number 9, Carson Scott.
Wasn't able to make the play at home. The throw back. Now is runner going to third base, and stealing third base is Giroud. No balls and one strike. Here on Carson Strode, as both runners move up 90 feet. Three hits here in the inning for Minico. The bet pitches up high. 2 balls and a strike. Runners at second and third, nobody out. Next pitch misses down low again. Ball 3, 3-1. Just underway in Pittsburgh. Cardinals and the Pirates playing in the top of the second inning. That's no score there. As that pitch over for a strike, 3-2. Likewise, just underway in Atlanta. Cubs and the Atlanta Braves playing just in the first inning. And that too, no score. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. So Stroh strikes out. Third strikeout for Haslam. First out here in the third inning. And now here is Raylan Chandler.
Number 3, Ryland Chandler.
First pitch to Chandler, knocked down at home plate, bounces away from the catcher Inglet, but not far away from anybody to advance. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch misses inside, ball 2. If you're an employer looking for potential employees, we have got the website for you. It's called the Job Stop. As it pitches up high, ball 3, 3 balls and no strikes. Advertise your job there. We'll be able to show your job to potential employees. You'll be able to pick out the best ones It's the Job Shop. Call the radio station to find out more. As the 3-0 pitch misses up high, ball 4. Chandler walks on 4 pitches. Just the first walk given up by Dylan Haslam here. But it loads the bases with 1 out. And here is Tazen Twist. They'll come up and play in front of the bags at the corners. They'll play back up the middle, and the pitch is inside and hits Twist. Second hit batter of the game for Haslam, but that forces over a run. Two runs home here in the inning. That makes it 8-0. So 8-0 is Twist trying to work that knee around a little bit after getting hit, forcing over a run. That's a tough way to pick up an RBI for Twist. His second RBI of the game. Excuse me. So again, bases loaded. Again, they'll play in front of the runners. And the first pitch to McKay Chandler is hit foul back over the top of the screen. Ground ball into left field. That's going to get 1 run home. They're going to wave home the second runner. That's Raylan Chandler on a 2-run hit by McKay Chandler. Chandler with 3 RBIs in the game as he picks up a couple more. That makes it 10-0 here in the bottom of the third. Twist stops at second base, runners at first and second, still only 1 out in the inning. The 8th man to hit in the inning is Kobe Matson, reached on an error as they go to first base, and safe over there is McKay Chandler as Facer tried to sneak in behind him over at first base. Next pitch misses outside. Ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Time called as we have a runner at second base. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Count on Matson. Pitch misses down low. And it's 2-1. Ball hit in the air toward left field, hit pretty well. Hess giving chase. Also giving chase to the center fielder, Hansen, ends up out in deep as part of left center field. That's going to get 1 run home. As stopping at third base is McKay, and the ball hit to the deepest part of the ballpark by Kobe Matson as he picks up his 5th RBI of the day. So another extra base hit. Matson doubles home a run. And the 9th man to hit here in the inning is Colder Ray. 5 runs home here in the third. Pitch home to Ray, misses that down low. It's 11-0. Kind of where we were in the first game after Minico got 9 in the first and 2 in the third. As the pitch to May misses down low. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch misses inside, ball 3, 3-0. Again, they go to first base, and again, it's going to be another throwing error against Haslam, as that's going to allow McKay Chandler to come home. A second time, Chandler's able to come home on an error against the pitcher. The 3-0 pitch over for a strike here to Coulter May, the 9th man to hit here in the inning. So 6 runs home here in the inning. Second time they hang a 6 spot on the day. In fact, here in the second game of the doubleheader, 3-1 pitch over for a strike, and it's 3-2. Pitch is outside, ball 4, puts runners back at the corners. So the 10th man to hit here in the inning, as Carpenter will come back up. Carpenter started the inning with a single, eventually worked his way around to score. As the pitch to Carpenter is outside, ball 1. 5 hits in the inning, 6 runs home. As they go to first base. Breaking pitch, misses high. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes here on Carpenter. In the first inning, they sent 11 men to the plate. Carpenter is hitter number 10 here in this inning. Popped up on the right side of the infield. Gleed comes over, he squeezes it. That's the second out. And now here's Tyler Giroud. Giroud singled, stole a base. Also scored a run in the inning. First pitch over for a strike, and it's 0-1. Next pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Go to first base and not gets back in time over at first base is May. Now the next pitch home again, misses down and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. Madsen at third, May at first. Here's the 2-1. As bounces away from the catcher, that's going to allow May to move up to second base. Madsen came down the line, but he wasn't going anywhere. Puts runners at second and third, and the count goes to 3 balls and a strike. And the next pitch is down low, ball 4. Second walk of the inning. And Giroud's on base for the 3rd time here in the second game. And the 9th man in the lineup, Dawson Osterhout up there. Takes the first pitch, low, ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Next pitch again is a fastball that's high, ball 2, 2-0. Ready again, here's the 2-0 pitch. Off speed over for a strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 offering. Again, he goes off speed, misses down and away, and it's ball 3. No place to put him with the bases full in the 3-1 pitch. Over for a strike, and the count full 3-2. Now, 3-2, 2 outs. So everybody will be away here. And again, he goes back over to third base. Now the 3-2 pitch. Little roller up along third. It's going to go foul. Haslam comes over quickly to pick it up, make sure it stays foul. And everybody will go back to their spots, and we'll do it all again. 3-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Now they go back to first again. Three-two pitch. Roller wide of third. Backhand in the hole by Green. Goes across to first in time, but first base and the inning comes to an end as Osterhaus is out 6-3 to end the inning. But they send 12 men to the plate. 6 runs on 5 hits, and they leave a couple of men on base here in the inning as well. As we are done with 3, we'll go to the 4th. Once again, just like in the first game today, the same thing goes in the second game of the doubleheader. It's been all Minico as we go to the 4th. Spartans lead at 12-0 on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill. 12-0 Spartans as we go to the 4th. And here in the top of the 4th inning, it'll be Isaiah Smith, Alex Hansen, and Jackson Facer due up here for the Preston Indians. Miller comes home, and the first pitch is chopped down off the plate. It's over the head of the pitcher. Osterhout comes up to get it, but can't make the play at first base, and it's a big bouncing single for Smith in the infield to lead off here in the 4th.
Number 32, Alex Hansen.
That'll bring up Alex Hansen, who grounded out his first time up. Naylor Insurance, a new sponsor for Preston Indians baseball here on the radio. Glad to have them with us. Naylor Insurance, who proudly brings you Mutual of Emenclaw Insurance, as they offer home, auto, farm, and business insurance. Visit Naylor Insurance today at 153 North State Street in Preston. Nobody cares like we do. That's Naylor Insurance in Preston. First pitch coming up to Hansen. They're going to go to first base, and back to the bag over there is Smith. No runs, 2 hits for Preston here in the nightcap. Next pitch to Hansen, hit in the air to left. Carpenter's there, has to back up as the wind's going to blow that one a little bit, but he's there, makes the catch for the first out. That brings up Jackson Fazer. 12 runs, 9 hits for Minico here in the second game. Fazer flew out to center his first time up. He's 0 for 1 here in the second game of the doubleheader after going 1 for 3 in the opener. There goes the runner. The pitch is up high. The throw is not in time. So Smith steals second base. Phaser hitting from the left side. Smith at second base after stealing the bag. Miller ready, comes home. The first pitch. Or the next pitch, I should say, over for a strike. And it's 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Got several games still to come tonight in the major leagues. Astros will be down in Texas today, in Arlington, to take on the Rangers. That's Cole against Minor in that game, the 1-1. Again popped up, third base side. May in foul ground, squeezes it for the second out. Two outs, that brings up Justin Inglet. Grounded out his first time up here in the second game of the doubleheader. Red Sox still out here on the West Coast. They're in Oakland tonight. Eovaldi against Estrada in that game. And the Giants will be at Dodger Stadium against the Dodgers again tonight. Holland against Stripling in that game. First pitch to Inglet, hit in the air to center. Shao is there, makes the catch. Out number 3, no runs in the inning, 1 hit as they leave Isaiah Smith standing at second base. And we'll go to the bottom of the 4th after 3.5 here at Minico. Spartans lead the second game of the doubleheader 12-0 over the Preston Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
So I'm a typical banking customer.
And I'm a nearby ATM.
And I'm taking $20 out of my account.
And I'll process that $20 and take back $4.
Why do machines designed to give us money end up taking it right back? Introducing Kasasa, the free account that pays refunds on ATM fees and a lot more. To find a free Kasasa checking account near you, search Kasasa.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
As we move along here to the bottom of the 4th inning, pitching change here for the Preston Indians. In fact, the battery mates will just flip-flop as Justin Inglet will come in to pitch. And Dylan Haslam will go back in behind the dish where he caught the first game of the doubleheader. So here in the bottom of the 4th inning, Minico will start from the top of the order. As it'll be Carson Stroh, Ryan Chandler, and Tazen Twiz due up.
Number 9, Carson Shaw.
So here's Shao. Singled, reached on an error, and struck out. 1 for 3 here in the second game of the doubleheader. Takes the first pitch from Inglet. Down low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Inglet's next pitch home is up high. 2-0. So Inglet in relief, making his 3rd pitching appearance of the year. Runs one away from Shout, swung on and missed, and it's 2-1. The right-hander Inglet rocks to the motion, comes home. The 2-1 offering, misses down and in, ball 3. Inglet 0-1 with an ERA of about 12.5. He's worked in 3 2/3 innings so far this year, giving up 6 runs, 5 earned. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's full, 3-2. England rocks. Here he comes, the 3-2 offering. Hit foul back into the screen. It stays at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Tattles Bar and Grill in Preston is the place to go for breakfast or lunch. Stop in for a home-cooked meal today. They're open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 days a week. It's the best breakfast in town. The 3-2 pitch again. Down low, ball 4. So Stroh will walk as England walks the first man that he sees. Just the 3rd walk given up to Minico hitters here in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Tattles Bar and Grill, find them at 790 West Oneida in Preston.
Number 3, Ryland Chandler.
Here's Ryland Chandler. Walked, hit by a pitch, and popped up. 0 for 1 officially in the game, but he has scored twice. And takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Strode over at first base. Pretty good lead against England. Not going. Breaking ball, misses down low. And it's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Chandler with 4 hits in the first game. Was 4 for 4. And was a home run short of the cycle in the first game of the doubleheader. Pitch misses outside. Snap throw to first by Haslam is not in time. The 3-0 pitch on the corner for a strike, and it's 3-1. Chandler singled twice, tripled, doubled, scored 4 times, and drove in a run just for good measure in the first game of the doubleheader. 3-1 pitch. He is outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks given up by England. The first 2 men that he faced here in the bottom of the 4th. That brings up Tazen Twiz.
Number 25, Jason Twist.
Twiz hit by a pitch his last time up with the bases loaded, forced over a run. Takes that first pitch down low. He's also singled in a run and reached on an error. So a couple more RBIs going his way. Drove in 1 run in the first game as well. So he has 3 RBIs on the day. The pitch is low, and the snap throw to first is wild and gets away. Rolls down the right field line. Show comes around third. He's going to be safe at home. And that makes it 13-0 on the throwing error against Haslam. Chandler stops at second base. It's a 2-ball, no strike count on Twiz. 2-0 pitch. Down low, ball 3. .3-0 pitch. Misses outside, 3 straight walks. So Twiz goes down to first base, and now here's McKay Chandler. Chandler with a pair of hits, reached on a fielder's choice. Scored twice here in Game 2 of the doubleheader as well. Time called as we're going to have a mound visit by Coach Inglet of the Preston Indians. While he's out there doing that, we'll remind you that Signature Home Healthcare at Home, formerly known as Access Home Health and Hospice, is a sponsor of Preston Indians baseball. Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Providing home health care and hospice services to southeast Idaho and northern Utah for more than 15 years. You can set up an informative visit in your home by calling them today at 208-852-1699. 208-852-1699. First pitch to McKay Chandler, misses down low and outside, ball 1. 13-0 Minico here in the second game of the doubleheader. Pitch hit foul off the first base side. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out here in the inning as Justin Inglet comes in relief and walks the first 3 men actually that he faces here in the inning. The 1-1. Down low, bounces away. Both runners will move up 90 feet. That's a wild pitch as Raylan Chandler goes to third and Twiz goes to second. So both runners move up into scoring position. As ball hit in the air to center field, Hansen almost in his tracks, went back a couple of steps, now comes forward, makes the catch. Tagging and scoring on the play is Raylan Chandler to make it 14-0. And McKay Chandler picks up his second RBI of the game. That's the first out here in the bottom of the fourth. Chandler now with 3 RBIs on the day. Both runners moved up. Here's Kobe Matson as he takes that pitch outside, ball 1. Twiz now at third base, 1 out, and here's Matson. As that ball goes to the backstop, coming home and scoring. Make it 15-0 as that run comes home on the wild pitch as Twiz scores. Second wild pitch of the inning. And it's 15-0 as Minico adds 3 more runs here in the bottom of the fourth. 1-1 the count on Kobe Matson. Hits in the air to center. And again, that's where Hansen is. He has to come in, but the ball in the wind, now he misjudged it and he just couldn't play it. As the Matson's going to go all the way to second base on what will be another error against Preston. Their 5th error of the game. What should have been a routine fly ball dropped in center field by Hansen, and now here's Kohler May as he takes that pitch outside. May's 0 for 2 here in this game. Struck out in the first, flew out back in the second inning, and walked his last time up. Takes the first pitch, ball 1. This pitch is up high. Gets a high strike call, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. So 3 more runs home here in the inning for Minico as that pitch is over again, 1-2. Inglet back up on top, sets at the letters, the 1-2 pitch. Hit in the air toward left center. Haas coming up, makes the catch as no advancement by Madsen at second base, now with 2 outs as Hess makes the catch over into the gap in right center field, or left center field rather. And now here is Kaysen Carpenter. Carpenter 1 for 3, 2 for 7 in the doubleheader. Singled and scored back in the 3rd inning and takes the first pitch over for a strike. The 0-1. Hit right back to Inglet. Able to stab it, go to first, and the inning is over as Carpenter bounds out 1-3. 3 runs in the inning, however, for Minico on no hits, 3 walks and an error as they're able to, if all the 3 of the walks all come home to score, as we'll go to the 5th. It's Minico on top, 15-0 over the Preston Indians on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable Unbelievable! Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa, it's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union, federally insured by the NCU.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Top of the fifth inning. 15-0 Minico leads, so Preston needs to come up with a whole lot of offense real quick, or they're going to be facing the mercy rule like they did in the first game here of the doubleheader. Braden Hess leads it off here in the top of the inning number 5 and takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Bottom third of the order due up here for the Indians. Hess, Caden Whitehead, and then Ryan Gleed. Miller rocks from the motion, comes home. Here's the 1-0. It's rolled toward the first baseman. That's Madsen to gobble that up, carry it to the bag for the first out. So 3 unassisted. Now here's Whitehead, who grounded out his first time up. Preston Pharmacy brings you Preston Indians baseball. They take care of all your pharmacy needs, whether it's new or prescriptions or refills, buy diabetic supplies, oxygen rentals. They'll even take care of your in-store billing needs for Medicare or Medicaid as well. Find them online at PrestonDrug.com. That's Preston Pharmacy, 39th North, 1st East in Preston. As the first pitch here, too, is over for a strike. A new hitter up here for the Indians as the pitch is swung on and missed. That's Cody Cravens at the plate. He waves at an off-speed pitch. Comes up empty. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off speed, goes too far, can't hold up. That's a strikeout for the second out. That brings up another different hitter. This will be Colby Dean to hit here for in Gleed's spot. With 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch down low, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. That strikeout of Cravens, the 3rd strikeout for Miller here in the game. Comes the 1-0 pitch on the way to Whitehead, or to Dean rather, I should say. The pitch is swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Preston with just 2 hits here in the nightcap as that pitch swung on and missed. That matches their season low for hits in a game. The second game of the doubleheader at Canyon Ridge a few weeks back, they only managed 2 hits in that game as well. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Thumbed foul up into the stands over on the first base side. And it stays in 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Dean back up there. Trevor Miller back up on top. Rocks and comes home with the 1-2 offering. Misses low, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Dean hitting from the right side. Miller trying to punch him out and get out of the inning. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball foul outside of third. Stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. First American title helps bring you Preston Indians Athletics. Your contract, our commitment, equals a smooth closing. That's what you get at First American Title, 28 West Oneida in Preston. Call them at 852-2810 for all of your title and escrow needs. Again, here's the 2-2 pitch from Miller. Inside and hit him. So that hits Dean. That'll send him down to first base. And back up to the top of the order now, and Tate Green coming up.
Number 27, Tate Green.
First hit batter in the game for Miller. First pitch to Green. Popped up foul, out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Outfield straightaway here for Minico against Green. Infield back. Not holding Dean over at first base as Matson plays behind him. The 0-1 pitch misses down low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Green 0 for 2 here in the nightcap of the doubleheader after going 1 for 2 with a walk in the first game, but he scored a couple of times. And the 1-1 popped up. Short center. It's in no man's land. Look out, and it's going to fall. As going to third base is Dean, and he is going to be out there. So Dean tried to advance to third base, is thrown out. 8-5 on the, or I should say 9-5 on the throw out of Dean trying to go to third base, and that's the way the ball game ends as Green with a little flare single, but then Dean thrown out trying to go to third base. They end up with 3 hits to Preston in the nightcap of the doubleheader, but it ends up being a shutout for the Preston, or I should say for the Minico Spartans, as they shut out Preston by a score of 15-0. Take a timeout. We'll come back, have our post-game wrap right after this on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
What ends up being not a good trip for the Preston Indians here to Minico, as they manage 2 runs in the doubleheader and get mercy ruled in both ends of the doubleheader as well. As here in the nightcap, Minico wins it by the score of 15-0. They had a pair of big innings, scored 6 runs in the first, 6 runs in the third, added 4 more in the bottom of the 4th inning, and went on to the 15-0 victory here as they sweep the doubleheader from the Preston Indians. That's their 3rd doubleheader sweep this year for the Indians, as they go down in defeat today in both games of the doubleheader here this afternoon here in the Minico. You can see why the Minico Spartans are the way they are. They pick up 2 more wins on today. They're now 10-2 on the year. That's tops in the Great Basin 10 Conference, as they pick up wins here today over the Preston Indians. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back, and we'll have a few more thoughts for you here as we wrap up the postgame show from here in Minico. We'll do all that as we continue right after this timeout here on FM 105.5, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com. When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
Do you remember last spring when runoff water was flooding fields and borrow pits because of plugged, collapsed, or non-existent culverts? Well, now is the time to get new culverts installed, and Valley Implement and Irrigation has the culverts you need. They buy them by the semi-load, and they have poly pipes and culverts in the diameter and length that will get that water running where it needs to go in the spring. Remember, too, that Valley Implement has a great selection of used tractors and farm equipment at prices that work for your operation. See Valley Implement and Irrigation in Preston, Logan, or Gray.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap, drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Well, welcome back here to the postgame show from Minico. With the wins, Minico improves the record, as we mentioned. They are now 10-1 on the year. Preston slips to 1-6 in conference play here, as well as they lose both ends of the doubleheader here this afternoon. So that will pretty much wrap things up from here at Minico High School today, as our next broadcast will come up for you tomorrow, as we will have girls softball for you tomorrow. A game originally to be played at Bear Lake has been switched to be played at Preston tomorrow, weather and conditions permitting, as the Preston Indians girls softball team will play Bear Lake tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock for that game. And then on Saturday, starting at 1 o'clock, again, ladies softball, girls softball for you, as the games against Jerome that were rained out will be made up on Saturday. And those two games will be heard on the internet only coming up on Saturday, as we'll be carrying General Conference for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on the radio over the weekend. So the two games on Saturday will be on the internet only. So that'll wrap up today's broadcast. The Executive Director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator this afternoon has been John Beverly. Until next time, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Remind you the final scores here this afternoon, as the first game of the doubleheader goes to the Minico Spartans by a score of 15-2, and the Spartans win the nightcap also by a score of 15-0. So until tomorrow afternoon, good night, everybody. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting, LLC.